bigger, stronger, faster.
It's what inspired our founders.
Last year was a tough year for everyone, but I'm hoping we are now at the beginning of brighter times ahead.
It goes anywhere.
What's up, guys? It's Jason here, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Motorcycle Insight. Are you ready for a road trip? Our exciting video today is a discussion about hogs. Before you switch channels, please know that it is not about the hogs found on an old McDonald's farm that have a long snout, or a squiggly tail, or even the hogs that go oink oink. No, the hogs that we will be highlighting are found on the interstates, highways, and roadways around the world. If you guessed that our adventure focuses on hogs that have two wheels, a clutch, gear system, shiny chrome, and allow the rider to straddle 150 horsepower or more, and are manufactured by Harley-Davidson USA, then you guessed correctly. This iconic and premier brand of motorcycle has thrilled a multitude of generations, survived the Great Depression, helped to provide victory in various war efforts, and starred in a number of adventure movies. Harley-Davidson is one of the most interesting and fascinating companies to me because the company faced a huge boom followed by a bust, where the brand was no longer relevant to millennials and the Gen Z audience anymore with big, expensive, old-school bikes. Even though the company has been staging a huge comeback in the past few years, stiff competition has been eating away, like the rise of competitors like Ducati and Chinese copycats and new technologies like EV bikes. Today, we'll explore the rise and fall of Harley-Davidson and what will happen to Harley-Davidson USA in 2022. But before we begin, I need a quick favor from you. If you wouldn't mind just hitting that like button for the YouTube algorithm, I'd really appreciate it. As this is a brand new channel I just started this year, it helps me out a ton, and it allows me to continue making great videos like this. Thanks for doing that, and now let's continue on with why Harley-Davidson is in trouble in 2022. History of Harley-Davidson. Rather than recreate the wheel, for the full history of Harley-Davidson USA prior to the last 5 years, check out the Company Man video on the rise and fall of Harley-Davidson. This video, in following up to the production provided by Company Man, will build on the history of this company, the spectacular role that this icon bike has played historically, and address the concerns raised by the future. In fact, 2 of the comments in the viewers section shared humorous thoughts capturing the future challenges faced by Harley-Davidson and their aging customer base. One individual suggested that Harley-Davidson explore the production of motorized vehicles, with another suggesting that meetings of Harley-Davidson riders resembles an AARP meeting. A lot of people have very strong opinions and views on the brand. Harley should come up with a motorized wheelchair. Harley crowds gatherings are like going to an AARP meeting. I guess Harley will need to sell a lot of $40 t-shirts. Harley-Davidson, yesterday's technology at tomorrow's prices. Keeping the motor running, finances. It is safe to say that Harley-Davidson has traditionally been the king of the road amongst motorcycle enthusiasts, leathered and non-leathered bikers, and leaving its competitors eating Harley's dust. However, like most global companies, the last 2 to 3 years have reflected business navigational road hazards. This challenge has been due to the world's economic environment, the surging Chinese economy, and the economic strategies that nations have taken to compete financially against the Chinese financial powerhouse. Add into the mix the global pandemic that is still having repercussions on a number of businesses, and you have the perfect storm that has negatively howled against national, global, and local businesses. Despite Harley-Davidson's reputation as the gold standard for motorcycles, they have not been immune from the detours and potholes of the economic road that they travel on. From the years 2017 to the current financial climate, sales have suffered, and consequently so have the profits and their stock price, until March 2020, falling from $60 a share to $15. Ouch! Like the open highway of peaks and valleys, revenue for this motorcycle business machine has seen a decrease in revenue over fiscal years 2018 to 2020. This decline reflected income of roughly $5.7 billion in 2018 to annual revenue of $4 billion in 2020. The bottom line is that Harley-Davidson USA experienced a 29% decline in revenue over the last 3 fiscal years. The largest deficit difference in income earned over the previous year was 2020, reflecting a 24% decline. Obviously, like a slow leak in a tire, the company can't continue to realize this sort of sales decline year after year. Staying between the lines. What happens? In order to arrive safely at the commerce roadway, it's important to stay between the income and expenditure lines marked on the business roadway. Harley-Davidson is endeavoring to navigate between the lines and not going off the road. Harley-Davidson needed to stop the oil leak of losing their place in the market share of motorcycle sales. In order to do this, Harley needed to sell their motorized product and endeavored to get more Harleys on the road. In 2018, there was a total of 220,000 bikes sold. In 2019, there was a total of 218 bikes sold. And in 2020, sales reflected the selling of 180,000 bikes. Out of all the marketplaces that Harley-Davidson motorcycles are sold, the only shiny chrome highlight was in the Asia-Pacific market with bike sales of 28,000 in 2018, sales totaling 29,000 in 2019, and 27,000 bikes sold in 2020. The other markets of the United States, Canada, Europe, and Latin America were in decline. Competition for Harley-Davidson: electric bikes. The company was facing huge competition from competitors that didn't even exist in the market before. Competitors that appealed to younger generations with new and innovative products. Take, for example, Can-Am On-Road. With bikes starting at just $9,000 going up to $24,000, they cost only a fraction of a Harley with an innovative Y-shaped designs with 3 wheels that make learning to ride a piece of cake. New electric mopeds, with both the Revel and Lime, were simple electric scooters and e-mopeds that are cost-efficient and easy to use for the city, while other companies like Zero Motorcycles were capturing the performance category with innovative electric motorcycles like the Zero SR. Of somewhat of a concern for Harley-Davidson USA was that their market share for customers purchasing motorcycles in 2018 dipped slightly below 50% and settled in at 49.7% of the market in motorcycle sales. Like the revving of the powerful Harley engine turning the heads of others, this prompted leadership with the company to implement a new and engaging marketing strategy. In response to the challenge of an aging customer base and endeavoring to engage younger riders into the world of riding a Harley, the company inaugurated a marketing plan called More Roads to Harley-Davidson. Under the aggressive and bold plan to put more Harleys on the road, the 4-year plan was launched in 2018. By year's end 2022, the goal was to have 4 million riders, which reflected the adding of 1 million riders to the already established 3 million. Their dual focus, like their dual exhaust systems, was not only focused on building quality bikes, but now building riders as well. As a result of this concerted marketing effort, they were able to net 52,000 new riders to the HOG. In 2018, in the United States, 527,000 riders joined the chopper fleet and brought the grand total to 3.5 million riders in 2019. Shift in Harley-Davidson demographics and COVID impact. The specifics of the roadmap included marketing the appeal of Harley-Davidson motorcycling, focusing on Generation Z, working more closely in partnership with the dealerships, providing attention to growth overseas, and making the actual experience of the ride more appealing. This would be accomplished by strengthening the various biker communities that have a love relationship with their bike. When the pandemic hit, surprisingly, it was a boom for the company as more and more Americans were looking for outdoor adventures. During this time, the company brought in a new CEO, Jochen Zeitz, who previously ran Puma, the athletic company, and Kering, the luxury group of Gucci, Bottega Veneta, and the likes. This really transformed the company and turned the ship around. The road ahead for 2022, the Pan America. So, how is Harley-Davidson doing now in 2021 and 2022? The other added focus of shifting gears to make the riding of a Harley more appealing was the introduction of versatile middleweight, smaller motorcycles, and electric bikes. This push of manufacturing smaller and more personal motorcycles aimed at attracting new customers with several models was launched in 2021. Also, Harley is introducing into the marketplace electric bicycles with aggressive expansion plans. So, what is the most popular motorcycle in 2021? Under the new leadership of CEO Jochen Zeitz, the Pan America Harley-Davidson model has been introduced. This bike, a complete riding adventure on wheels, is known as an adventure touring bike or dual sport bike or ADV, abbreviation for adventure bike. It is street legal, but also can be ridden off-road and is designed for long-distance journeys, has the capacity to carry luggage, and everything needed for maximum self-sufficiency far away from paved superhighways. The Pan America features a whole new engine, a 150 horsepower liquid-cooled V-twin known as the Revolution Max motor. This new bike is a sequel to the electric motorbike that was manufactured by Harley through the introduction of Livewire, an all-electric Harley-Davidson, which was introduced to the media in 2014 and released to customers in September 2019. In Q3 2021, Harley announced that the Pan America was the #1 selling adventure touring model in the US since its launch, making it a huge success. It also just released the Sportster S, another motorcycle with a sticker price under $20,000. Goddard said, "We have seen very strong sell-through on the new model, though with an introduction at the very end of the third quarter, full quarter metrics on Sportster S sales aren't yet available." So, after a very tumultuous journey, Harley-Davidson is still on the road, shaking off years of decline. The engine of the company continues to be productive, the wheels of strategies to be competitive are still turning, and gears are shifting to be innovative and relevant. It wouldn't be an easy ride, but Harley-Davidson has the product, the brand, and seemingly the power to move forward in 2022 and beyond. Personally, I have a lot of respect for Harley-Davidson. The brand has a strong history that's been through adapting through the decades, through different culture shifts and times. Let me know what you think of Harley-Davidson in the comments below. Do you think they can keep up with the comeback in 2022? Thanks so much for watching my video. There was a significant amount of research, production, and motorcycle riding that went into making this video possible. If you enjoy videos like this, please click the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. The more subscribers we get, the better and more content I can continue making. Have you seen my video on the Kmart's comeback in 2022? How about the rise and fall and future of Blockbuster video? That one's my personal favorite. As always, stay happy and healthy and stay tuned for another episode of Company Insight next week.